PSLE is coming. Can you solve this 2019 hard PSLE math question? And the question goes ABCD is a square of side 12 centimeters. It is formed from two rectangles AEGD and EBCG. H is a point on AD and F is a point on BC. Find the area of EFGH. So in this case, we want to find this, I would say, unshaded triangle, but we know that ABCD is a square of 12 centimeters sides. So we can get the area, which is pretty straightforward, 12 times 12, and this will give us 144. So we also want to, in a way, assume the height of these two unshaded triangles. So let's say we will have 8 and the other one has 4. Why we chose these two numbers is because if we add 8 and 4, it will give us 12. So now with that said, we then can calculate. So let's go and calculate this blue highlighted triangle. So this blue triangle would just be half times base times height. Can you guess what's the base and height? So if you guess the base is 12 and the height is 8, then you're right. So the blue triangle area would then be 48 centimeter square. So let's move to the right side triangle or the green highlighted triangle. So the green triangle would then be half times base times height. So can you guess what's the base and height for this green triangle? If you guess 12 and 4, then you're right. So this will give us 24. Then since we are able to get these two triangles, the blue and the green one, then we can just total them up as what we see over here. And this will give us 48 plus 24. And this will give us 72 centimeters square. So I think that's the answer, right? 72 centimeters square. If you say 72, then you're right. So if you were to look closely, the total triangle area is basically half of the square. So if you were to just times half of 144, it's actually 72. So is that a coincidence? So let's try with another number for the height of the two unshaded triangles. So let's try 9 and 3. So 9 and 3, when you add up together, they are 12. So if you were to do the same thing over again, so let's calculate the blue triangle area. So it's half times base times height. So 12 times 9 times half, this will give us 54. Then we will go for the green one. So it's basically half times 12 times the new height, 3. And this will give us 18. And if you were to add this blue and green triangle together, can you guess what's the answer? If you say it's 72, you're right. So same thing, total triangle area is half of the square. That's what we see over here, right? So now let's try another number and see whether it will still give us the same result. So let's try another number, 7 and 5, both odd numbers, right? 7 and 5. I mean, 9 and 3 were also odd numbers. But yeah, so in this case, we'll just go through the same thing again. So the blue triangle, we will get 42, and the green triangle, we will get 30. So in this case, you were to add them up again, 42 plus 30, it will give us 72. And that's again half of the square. So in this case, we already calculated all with different values. And in conclusion, if you were to answer this question as just half of the square, then you're right. Because if the triangles have a base of the length of the square and the combined height of the length of the square, then is the same thing as total triangle area is equal to half of the square area.